Sheriff.
So good afternoon. I'm Sheriff T.K. Waters, and today, along with members of JSO's homicide unit, I announce the arrests of Keith Johnson, Donnell Larkins, Gerard Sykes, and Keith Fields for the January 24th shooting that tragically ended the young life of 7-year-old Breon Allen Jr. That shooting also seriously injured Lafayette Mango. The detectives standing with me have worked tirelessly to build the cases that have led to these arrests. These suspects have all been arrested for second-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and attempted second-degree murder. At 24, 20, and 18 years of age, respectively, Sykes, Larkins, and Fields are all documented gang members. Johnson is a 21-year-old documented gang associate. On the screens behind me, you'll see them being walked over this morning to be charged. 2 days after this tragic event, I visited with Breon Allen Jr.'s grieving parents. And during that meeting, I promised them that this agency would do everything in its power to bring the perpetrators of this senseless and horrific violent crime to justice. And we've only just begun. This is an ongoing investigation, so there's very little that I will share about the facts and the circumstances of this case. But what I can tell you is this. This murder was a culmination of escalating violence between two rival street gangs or street groups. It was a targeted, planned act, one with which during the murders clearly saw Breon walking innocently with the intended target, Lafayette Mango. With these arrests, the first chips fall in this investigation, but they won't be the last. There are other individuals who planned and participated in this heinous act. We know who they are, and our investigators are building strong evidentiary cases against those perpetrators. They will be arrested, and they will face the justice system. I want to take this opportunity to speak directly to those who continue to use violence to glorify violence in our community. This is not a game. Your actions affect innocent people in our community. There's no place for you in our city, in our community. And if you don't change your lifestyle, JSO will not rest until you are off of our streets and the good people of this city are free from your terror. We're going to come for you. That's a promise. We won't rest, and we will not tire. You will be held accountable. To Breon Allen Jr.'s parents, this agency stands with you. Jacksonville stands with you. This community will not submit to brutality. The loss of one life is one life too many, especially one as precious as Breon's. Now's the time for accountability. So at this time, I'll answer any questions that I can that don't impair the investigation as we move forward.
Sheriff, I know that you sent out a statement already about the video that was circulating online in reference to this case, but did you feel the video helped or aided in making an arrest in this case?
Which one is that, dear?
The one that was going around, I think, like Promo had it on their platform, and someone was sharing it several times on Facebook in regards to you having someone. No, all this stuff was in the process and being done at the time. I'm not real familiar with Duval Promo, but this stuff was already in progress of being done.
Sheriff, the weekend after the shooting, we went to a scene where there was SWAT out at Sycamore Street right off of Moncrief. Just wanted to see if that happened to be related. I think one of the sergeants on the scene told us that they were working some sort of gang-related case.
I wouldn't be able to tell you right now from where we stand, and if it was, I probably don't want to comment. I want to make sure that we keep the integrity of this investigation as tight as possible.
Sheriff, with 4 of these people arrested already, what does that mean for the greater gang scene in Jacksonville just immediately with having them off the street?
Now, I think what it means for the community is most important. That they can't hurt anyone else. These guys don't operate with just one target. They do this stuff continuously, over and over and over again. Those 4 won't. And there's more coming, and we're going to stop those guys from being able to do that also. And if you decide you want to continue to do that and that kind of activity in our city, I have a whole army of people that are here ready to stop you and ready to put you behind bars so that we can't do this. We cannot accept this. This is completely unacceptable. And it just frustrates me a little bit because this should not have happened, but we're heavily focused on this issue.
Sheriff, how do you think this little boy will be remembered in this city?
You don't ever want to remember anyone like this. What you want to remember is his parents, the good times, the wonderful things that they shared, his football career, his athleticism, a sweet young man who had a very, very, very bright future. That's the best way that I can put it. I don't know if there's any way to really express the impact of such a loss. Unless you've been through it, you have no idea, no concept of what it's like. They do, and they should not be going through this. Not 7, not 17, not 27. As I said before, and I'm going to say it again, our kids are supposed to bury us. And when you have these clowns, these guys, doing these kind of things to members of our community, especially seeing that young baby out there like that, big problem.
When were they arrested or taken into custody?
When was that? Way back.
Since the end of January.
Yeah. Yep. Case was being worked before the actual official charges was put on them.
Was it just one that actually fired the gun, or was like?
Not going to tell you that. Anything else?
I appreciate your transparency since you've been a sheriff. I just had a question about an
Sure.
incident that occurred 2 days ago, Monday. Lieutenant fired 4 shots on the side of 95. Was the truck driver armed?
Not that we know of, no. That case is still under investigation, but not that we know of.
Do you know the nature of the shoulder injury that he sustained, and whether it had anything to do with the accident that occurred, or whether it was something that occurred with him?
So all that's part of the investigation, Tarek, and we're still looking into the details of it and what happened, and we're still waiting to hear from the officer who has the opportunity to whether he just has to decide whether he wants to make a statement or not.
My last question for you: do you have any information about the position of where the officer was when he fired his weapon? What was the evidence indicate? Not what the officer said. But what
I do not. So I'm going to tell you this. I was out of the office the last couple of days. The undersheriff and the director of investigation and Homeland Security were working that case. I don't know where he was, but that's all part of the updating and briefing that I'm going to get.
He was a sharpshooter and he missed. It's kind of, there's nothing you can say.
Yeah, that's all I can give you right now. I can't speculate, Tarek.